old bird of prey. Caw-caw! Monday. Caw-caw! Thursday, right? It seems like that's what happens. You hear a cawing sound and then days disappear. Oh, what? I think you know what I'm talking about. The days disappear. You know what we got? There's no sound? Oh, hang on. Ryan's on it. I see him. What is going on? Oh, he's having to close. Are we back with sound? Hey. How about now? We're back, right? There we are. Technology, it's difficult, isn't it? Yes, there is sound, says our music friends out there. You know, sometimes things happen, ladies and gentlemen, in the world. Technology always hanging by a thread, if you know what I'm talking about. Right? It is a sparkly morsel, this doggone thing. Damn it to hell. Let me turn this frickin' thing off here and see what happens. All right. Always something, folks. All good now, says Ryan. All right. You know, Ryan, I just turned off the focus right underneath here. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. It was plugged in. Michael Reha in the house. Indigo Fury. I am back to the other Koch amplifier. Well, very distressing. The sound keeps to be going in and out as I see the comments. But Ryan is on the case, ladies and gentlemen. Very strange things afoot, says Ryan. Yeah, well, probably because we plugged in some different things and unplugged some different things and then replugged in some other things. And the computer said, but yeah. It's a nice tone for the Prevagen song. That was this morning. I can't remember it now. All right. Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me make sure that you guys know what kind of guitar. I had one of these guitars last week or so, and I was going to keep it here for a while because it's a special that Wildwood is doing. And the one I was playing got sold, so I had to send it back. So they sent me another one. And let me tell you what these guitars are. There's going to be a limited number of them. And it is a Gretsch Wildwood exclusive vintage select 1962 duo jet. The number delineage, or letter and number delineage. I'm okay currently. All right, Ryan, that's good to know. Thank you. G6131T-62, but abbreviated. It's a 1962 duo jet in silver sparkle. This particular one I'm playing is 8.51 pounds. The pickups are TV Jones Classic Filtertron dual coil humbuckers. And it has gold hardware, pinned rocking bar with ebony bass bridge. It's got the Bigsby tuners are the Grover Statites. Ebony fingerboard, I said that. Standard U-shape is the neck shape. Neck wood is mahogany. Top wood is arched laminated maple. But what's really cool about this thing is you can see the, let me switch over here once if I could. I know Ryan's probably still, hello. Ryan, I want to switch cameras here. I got to make sure I know what the hell I'm doing here. All right, thank you. There we go. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's got this cool gold trim, gold sparkle trim. And then it's got the delicious silver sparkle and the gold hardware. Black back. The neck you can see is got that binding on it. Classic Gretsch appointments. Sounds glorious. And it looks glorious, but let's apply a little heat to the occasion. There we go. Sounds good with the heat, am I right? On-off switch. Having sonic mayhem out there? Sonic mayhem is what's going on. You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to figure out what is the creature that is causing the difficulty. Something is causing some difficulty. What could it be? What could it be? Anyways, you get the idea. This is a glorious specimen, this Wildwood. Exclusive. Vintage Select, I believe is what they're calling it. 62 Duojet. Silver Sparkle. Sorry, folks. Apparently we're having some audio problems today, but Ryan is doing his best to rectify as we go on here, going above and beyond the call of duty. Woo-hoo. Maybe the internet can't handle the power of rock right now. Maybe it's saying, you know what? I've had it with the power of rock. I think the gold hardware highlights the amber in Greg's eyes. Amber eyes. Amber eyes. Amber eyes. That's weird. It could be a faulty flux capacitor for all we know. For all we know, it could be the flux capacitor. Can you dig it? TV Jones pickups in this rascal. That's right. TV Jones, he's a mystical man. TV Jones, he's doing what he can. TV Jones. Ooh. What did Dre do? We're having some gremlins today in the room of managed expectations, known as the orange room. It used to be the basement of managed expectations. But now the orange room has taken upon that title. How was your talk with Jason Isbell? It was fantastic. You should listen to the interview. It's good, clean fun. He's a great dude, and we had some good talks. My favorite parts when he's talking about getting Red Eye, that Ed King's old Les Paul, and just his questions, his comments in general were glorious. Leon says, I've never seen a Gretsch up close. I know that they're very expensive here in Brazil. Well, they're not an inexpensive guitar anywhere, to be honest with you. There are some more affordable iterations of Gretsches, but something like this is all tricked out. You know what I'm saying? Drady Stardust. Ooh, I like that. Carl, I just did some AC/DC. Doggone it. So I'm going into some kind of strange... Now the guitar is having a spasm. It can happen. You know, in the room of managed expectations, things can go afoul. Today seems to be one of those days. The day of managed expectation. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Does anyone? Dirty deeds. Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and the done dirt. I don't know what happened there, but I enjoyed it. I hope I'm not alone. Anyway, you get the idea. Rock and roll. Going into strange tunings today, ladies and gentlemen. No added cost. It's all part of the value. Yeah. Got a girl who lives on the hill. She won't when she do the two-snake boogie. Well, now boogie with me all night long. Blow your top. Can you dig the power of rock and roll? Just like the doggone scrolls foretold. Someone asked what I'm using for amplification and for effects. Well, Mr. Slipperfoot has returned. The power of Slipperfoot. I'm using just the overdrive on the amp right now. So I've got this is my signature Koch amplifier, the Greg. Koch, K-O-C-H, is the amplification manufacturer, which happens to be my same last name. That's why we just called it the Greg. And I've got the overdrive channel on with the overdrive boost. And then I've got a little slapback going on through the effects loop via our friend, this contraption, the Flashback 4. Can you dig it? And this is a Wildwood exclusive. I like to get the facts right because it's got a lot of doggone letters and numbers. A lot of doggone letters and numbers. It is a Wildwood exclusive vintage select G6131T-62 1962 Duo Jet. One of 12 pieces. So there's only going to be 12 of them, diggity dog it. Silver Sparkle is the tone hue. This one is 8.51 pounds. Arched laminated maple top, chambered mahogany body. Silver Sparkle. Neck wood is mahogany. Standard U-shaped neck. Ebony fingerboard. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Do-do-do-do-do. Can you dig it? On your Greg amp, when do you use the effects loop versus in front of the effects? Well, if I'm using the overdrive on the amp, which is all the time, then I will put the effects through the effects loop. If I want to use some delay, if I'm too lazy to use the effects loop, which earlier on in quarantine I was too lazy to wire that through the effects loop, then I would use the clean channel, but use my Gristle King overdrive or some other overdrive in front of a delay on the clean channel of the amp. Can you dig it? Andy Alador. Andy Alador. Come on, y'all. Andy Alador. He says he needs one that is 8.52 as opposed to one that is 8.51 pounds. He's very particular. He needs that skosh of extra meat in order to do his Dorian scale. The Aladorian scale. I don't know why I'm singing random bebop sounds, but I just felt like doing it, is basically the bottom line. But it did. Have you ever heard that before? The Aladorian scale? I'm sure you have. You've heard it all. I've heard. Trust me, when I've heard every variation of ridicules for my last name, every last one of them. Some I've even made up. Some I've even made up to counterbalance the ones I didn't want to actually hear. That's how twisted. When you have a last name called Koch, you better prepare yourself for the worst. And you better be big and nasty too, or just be funnier than me and you. I don't know what any of that means. Sounds like a good song though. The Aladorian mode played by Albert King, exactly. But it did I did, the Suzy Q lick I did was actually James Burton. He came up with that, James Burton. Although the version he did, he had a little. Oh, Suzy Q. Oh, Suzy Q. Where's Dylan? Dylan isn't with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's with me on Mondays and Fridays. And also he'll be with me and Toby on Saturday night, 5 p.m. Central Time in this very room, engaging in a Koch Marshall Trio live stream. where we will rock and we will roll. Did Greg learn Susie Q from the Hal Leonard Country book? Yeah. Yes, I wrote it and then I learned from myself. Can you dig it? I see you. Safe. Oh, fuck. I mean, darn it. Sorry, that one's a bear. Someone asked for a little Chester. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference where you are. Am I right or am I right? Yeah, that's when you wish upon a star. That's a Chet thing. That is Chester. Got to remember that stuff. Sometimes the brain. Sometimes I need some of the old Prevagen. It's a good sounding guitar, isn't it? sounds good, right? Now for kicks and gigs, I'm going to switch over to a guitar I've had for about a few months anyway. It is a Reverend Jetstream RB. Now the reason why I'm going to grab it is because it has their retro blast pickups in it, which are kind of Gretchy. And so if getting Silver Sparkle delights is not in your realm of possibility, but you want that sweet, sweet sound-ish, you can, I got some finger grout on this one. We could take care of that with Mr. T-shirt. Mr. Black T-shirt has a thinning effect and can take the fingerprints away. Mr. Black T-shirt. Song called Mr. Black T-shirt. This is Mr. Jetstream RB. And it has Reverend's Retro Blast pickups in it. I need a tuner. It's so hard to keep guitars in tune. Oh, it's not really. It's not really that hard. But sometimes I just need my tuner. Sometimes I just need my tuner, ladies and gentlemen. I like the color on this one. It's avocado. Kind of guacamole-ish, isn't it? I love guacamole. Exorcist Green. Eddie, you are a rascal. Eddie is a rascal calling it Exorcist Green. that. If I did a who dat, dan, ran in a who dat, dan, banny doo dat. Sometimes it's fun to just jam over one chord and then throw in a bunch of crazy stuff into the soup. As long as the stock of the soup is sound, you can throw whatever you want in there. Squirrel, opossum, a little bit of lint. I don't know if any of that's true. But in the realm of soup, it's up to you. What? I don't know what any of this stuff means. I do know this cool little guitar. There's a link up above to both this rascal, this silvery, sparkly rascal of the night and of the day. Look at this. This is quite a dichotomy, isn't it? Behold the opulence of this over here. Behold the pea soup avocado glory. I like it all. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? This is the Jetstream RB by Reverend guitars with the Retro Blast pickups in it. Retro Blast. 80s flashback. I'm just a dirty white boy. That's what that song's all about. I don't know what that's all about. Foreigners. Foreigners, the band. It's just one, though. It wasn't Foreigners. It was Foreigner. You know, I always had, some people ask me about my guilty pleasures. I had double vision. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to be afraid to say it. As a lad, I had double vision. A double vision always seems to get the best of me. Grant Banner. Mysterious changes. jams, right? Crazy jams. If it just goes to show, this guitar is capable of doing a variety of maniacal things. I think that's important. Randy, that was just wrong. What did I miss out on, Eddie? You're saying, Randy, that was just wrong, but I like that kind of talk. I like that kind of talk, but diddle like that kind of talk. I like that kind of talk, but diddle like that kind of talk. What kind of guitar is this, says Mike Martin? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is a Reverend Jetstream RB, RB standing for Retro Blast, and that's what these pickups are. And I brought this one along today because I thought it would be fun, fun, to offset it versus the Gretsch with, of course, the glorious TV Jones Filtertron in there as well. So fun to go back and forth between the two. Different, but yet similar. There's some similarities. I like the Filtertron-y type sound or the Retro Blasty type sound. It's got a bit of the sparkle in it, but it's got meat. It's got meat and the sparkle working together. Makes me want to stick my hair back in clad leather. And clad leather. No, I'm not going to say that worked. Anyway. Retrotron. Is it Revtron or Retrotron? I think it's Revtron. Sometimes it's hard to remember stuff. That's where I keep talking about Prevagen. Okay? My kids keep on telling me. Because I lose my coat several times a day. I lose my shoes. Don't get me started on the phone. And of course, I never put my phone volume up, so it just vibrates. So if I lose my phone, can you call my phone? I have to listen to. Is that on the floor here? Is that upstairs? Like a cat. This is my Jetstream. You are correct, Patrick. A lot of guitar for the money. You're doggone right, Spider Logan. Spider Logan, what's going down? Spider Logan. Thank you very much. It's a song called Spider Logan. I enjoyed it. Questions? The Who, Don't Let Go of the Coat. That's a good song. Don't let go of the coat. Never lose Slipperfoot, right? Slipperfoot is a way to roll. I never lose Slipperfoot. I know where those rascals are. It's important. Now, just so y'all know, you guys, is the, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I thought I got rid of the fingerprints. There they are. I'll go like this. You can't see them as much. But this, Slipperfoot is returned. This is what I'm using for overdrive when I'm using the looper. This is an MXR clone looper. But this jetter pedal, this ODS 181, is a special pedal made for Wildwood that's based on an amp that is owned by Steve from Wildwood. At one time he had 4 Dumbles, but one of his particular favorite Dumbles. They went back and forth until they got it to the point where it's a pretty doggone close. And what I like about it is there's clean. You get the idea. It sounds doggone good. You can get those at Wildwood. I think they're back ordered, but you could put your name on the list so that you don't resist the power of the Jetter pedals ODS 181. A glorious device that adds a little heat to your equation. In lieu of spending $100,000 on a Dumble, gonna get a Jetter pedal and get close-ish. Can you dig it? I think it sounds magnificent. Lots of push. You are correct, Donald. Push, push, push. I think that's what Robert Plant meant. I think that's what he meant when he said push, 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 push. He was thinking one day a Jetter pedal will be made. It'll give me plenty of push, push, push. But for now, I'm just going to wear these bell bottoms and this little whatever the shirt is I'm wearing and go push, 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 push. right? That's what Robert was thinking. Yes. Rock and rumble with a jetter pedal. You're doggone right. You're doggone right. Yes. Do. A bad little kid moved into my neighborhood. Remember that song? Bad Boy, the Beatles? Come on, Junior, behave yourself. They covered it from somebody. That's a good one. Bad little kid moved into my neighborhood. She was a day tripper. One-way ticket, yeah. But it took me so long. When I was younger, so much younger than today. I don't know many of those tunes. Yes, definitely Chuck Berry inspired. Am I right or am I right? The other one, yes. But I found out you're doggone right. Totally out of the blue, we can go. When I get to the bottom and go back to the top of the slide, and I go for a ride, and I get. Don't you want me to love you? I got gristle on my finger. Sorry. Oh, shut up. Wow. Well, that was Jammy Pants went off the rails, I think. I had gristle on my fingers. Metal Skelter. I got a rocket in my pocket. Why don't you ever take me out? Pick me up in your brand new car. Take the short change from my old Rouge John. Can't remember the chords. Put on my dancing shoes. And escape these rhythm and blues. The music was hot, but my baby was not. I got a rocket in my pocket. Whatever, you get the idea. Favorite prog rock band? Probably the Dixie Dregs, right? That would be a prog rock band. Tied to the Gristle Post? Yeah, we've done that. Questions out there in regard to these guitars at all or in general? Steve Morse, of course. Because of the wonderful things he plays. I got a rocket in my pocket. Yeah, it is in tune, right? Pretty good after that. It's not yellow. It's a delicious avocado is what it is. That's the official color, avocado. Let's look close. Let's look close at the... This guitar by Reverend is the... Take that off here so you can see the big old R. It is a retro... No, it's a jetstream RB for retro blast. Right? It's a cool guitar. Is the inlays green? Are the inlays green? Yeah, they are kind of, believe it or not. Kind of but I think they're probably cream, but they certainly look more avocado because of the guitar. It looks more like an atomic avocado. It might be. It may have been exposed to some kind of radioactive material. And you dig it. Paul asks an interesting question. Do you ever have a problem gliding on the strings in outdoor performances where it is humid? No, I never use any finger ease or any of that magical juices. The only time I have a problem outdoors is sometimes I don't drink enough fluids. And I remember I was sweating like a doggone fiend at Summerfest in Milwaukee one particular. I'm just wringing sweat, and I hadn't drank enough water, and I started getting a little cramping. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? My powers. What? So I drank me some water, some electrolytes, and I was back. Then I was able to brandish my sword of rock once again and go into the breach, the battle. Storm the breach! Frankenstein and a bolt-on neck. Well done, Jeff. I see you, Jeff Benson, you rascal. Slow ride. Did you ever play Bratfest in Wisconsin? Paul, I don't remember. I do remember playing a festival in Stevens Point, sponsored by Point Beer, because of course there's a brewery in Stevens Point. That's where I went to college. But years later, this is probably 1998-ish, I played up there. And I had stopped drinking by then, but I hadn't stopped eating. And I remember they had like a dozen different types of brats. And it was a hot day, and I was a growing boy. And I had all 12 and felt great. I went on stage and played more. And just fueled my piracy. But no stranger to the brat. Delicious treat. What's the name of my band? Well, the current ensemble is the Koch Marshall Trio, which has got my son on drums and Toby Lee Marshall on the organ. And we are playing this Friday. Other than that, it's been Greg Koch Trio. It's been Greg Koch and the Tone Controls. It has been the Greg Koch Band. It's been all kinds of stuff over the years. Greg Koch and the Tone Controls was for a long time. And then, yeah, but it's been the KMT, Koch Marshall Trio, for the last, I want to say 4 years, I think. That's been the main touring ensemble. A lot of times when we're touring over in Europe, it'll just say Greg Koch, but it's really the KMT, but the 12-bar Brat Blues, Savage Eatery. Am I right or am I right? You're doggone right. You got to eat. Mm-hmm. Greg Koch and the Meat Sweats. True enough. Friend, you're not wrong. Sometimes you got to eat. Mm-hmm. You ever met any of your guitar heroes? I have. I've met a lot of them, actually. I think the coolest one ever was Jeff Beck. He saw us play. He said very nice things. People were around to hear him say it, which was great. James Burton, Albert King. Clapton was like 2 feet away from me. Actually, it was like a foot away from me, and I could have gone like that. We played at the Crossroads Festival, but I didn't know if he had seen us play, and there was no one there to introduce us, and his back was turned, and I would have had to have gone, and he'd turn around and go, hi, Eric, my name's Strayed. Just couldn't do it. So I thought, you know what, if he turns around and he's weird, this will ruin a lot of weird things that I have in my mind that what he's probably like, and I'm not going to ruin that, okay? So I didn't. But the guys from Little Feet I got to be buddies with. Met Dickie Betts. Met Peter Green. Met Lonnie Mack. Met Danny Gatton. Met Mick Taylor. There's more, but I'm forgetting. Wow, I'm making weird swallowing noises. Thoughts about Dumble amps? Well, they are, the overdrive that this is emulating is like a boom. Never met Chet. Oh, and Les Paul, of course, yeah. Ginger Baker. Ginger was a treat. Ginger was a treat. He told us some very humorous limericks, which I can't repeat on air here because I think we'd all be canceled. Just by proxy. Just me knowing him in my brain right now, we're all canceled. But they were highly inappropriate. He was highly inappropriate, if we're honest. But he was Ginger Baker, and I think that goes without saying. Ginger's movie was pretty wild, wasn't it? I never met Roy Buchanan, unfortunately. I never did. Lonnie Mack was cool. Sat in with Lonnie Mack. He was great. David Lindley was cool. The guys in the Neville Brothers are cool. The guys in Tower Power are cool. Various guys in the Elman Brothers I've met over the years. I know there's more people I'm forgetting, but anyway. Page riffs. Yeah, never met Jim Page. I don't know how that would. And Rick Nielsen I've met, exactly. He's a cool dude. Andy Summers, yep. He was cool. Andy Summers was very cool. We had a good old time. He gave us a copy of his book, which had just come out. And I played a Message in a Bottle with him. I played the harmony part, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, it was kind of funny. I had to call him up. Back then, when I was doing a lot of Fender stuff, I was kind of I'm not going to, well, for lack of a better term, musical director, coordinator of the NAMM shows. And a lot of times I'd have to put sets together with various different folks. I had to call the guy from Fender called me up and said, hey, Andy Summers, guitar is coming out. We want him to play at the NAMM show. Can you give him a call? I gave him your number. He's going to be calling you to figure out what you guys will do as a set. I'm like, okay. So I guess I'm going to be expecting a call from Andy Summers. Unusual. And so I was back at home, and I was running some errands. I was at the pharmacy, as a matter of fact, picking up a prescription for one of the kids or some damn thing. And I get to the drive-thru, and just as the drive-thru says, "Can I help you?" my phone rings, and I go, "California number. I wonder who this is." Excuse me. Hello, Greg. This is Andy Summers calling. I go, oddly enough, hold on just a second. And then I said, "Can I?" And then I was like, and I spoke to him afterwards, and he was fine, but it was just interesting. He was cool as the day is long. You wanted to do a trio with our drummer at that time, Johnny Clarko, and then Reggie Hamilton, bass playing Leviathan, absolutely fantastic musician. So he worked up a set with them, and then we worked out that I would play Message in a Bottle with him. So that was that. Yes. Yeah, I met John Mayer just kind of in passing, and it was a little weird. I'm going to be honest with you, but I guess he's changed his ways, and he's a nice fellow. Other people have had glorious experiences with him. I said hi to him. That's all I did. Hey, how's it going? Nothing. Okay, bro. That was a crazy day, but what are you going to do? Never met Rory Gallagher. No, I did not. Anyways, it is 4:09, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time for me to probably hit the road. Yeah, Gary Hoey's a great guy. I've known him for years on end. Great player, great guy. He's a cool dude. We've had some fun. Which one of your books is best for covering your hybrid picking style? Well, there are certainly a lot of hybrid picking things. It depends on where you're at. There's like particular things that I show on the chicken picking aspect on the Guitar Gristle DVD. I do a bit of it in all the different books. So Operation Pentatonic book, Guitar Clues, I do it in there. I do some of it in the country book would be more basic stuff, but there are definitely some hybrid picking things in there. There are things in the Guitar Gumbo book. And certainly in that Brave New Blues, I go over some different stuff, especially when I'm talking about, David Grissom, absolutely. He's a great dude and magnificent player and fun to tour with, I might add. Rick Vito is great. So many. So many activities. Joe Bonamassa is a cool dude. I've always had fun with Joe. It's always rolled out the red carpet. Mike Keneally's a cool dude, absolutely. Steve Vai's cool. Satriani's way cool. Dweezil Zappa's way cool. Yada yada. Eric Johnson's always been nice as pie. So on and so forth. Never met Jimmy Page. I never met Paul Gilbert either, and I'm sure we'd get along great. I've only shook hands with Billy Gibbons as he was kind of a funny story. Was at a Fender event. I'm a huge ZZ Top fan. I think everyone is, but especially if you're kind of a blues rock, steeped in that. Billy Gibbons was a huge influence on the young Drade. And he played at this Fender event, of which I'd played, and a bunch of other people had played. And so after the show, we're in this after-show area, and it's just people all over the place wanting pictures with him. And my favorite thing about Billy Gibbons is he'd be like this, and someone wanted a picture, and as soon as the picture was about to, he'd go like this. He'd always do the same kind of, which I thought was hysterical. So I'm watching him from afar, just kind of laughing my ass off. And but everyone was just inundating him. I'm like, you know what? I'm not that guy that's going to go, nah, it's my turn. What about Drade? That's not me. Okay, I'm not going to do it. So at the very end, he's leaving. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to meet Billy Gibbons because I'm not going to jump through hoops to be Captain Sycophant with these other camera slinging mutants. Not that I'm judging them. Okay, that's not a judgmental statement at all. Okay, so as he's leaving, he sees me in the corner, like he reaches over and shakes my hand, like, hey, he's a man. And then he leaves. That was it. Never met Gary Moore. Kim Mitchell, never met him. Anyway, well, listen, I'm probably going on in here, on and on and on. Again, in our guitars today, if you want to check out earlier stuff, I played this glorious Wildwood exclusive Gretsch Duo Jet, 62 Duo Jet, and Silver Sparkle, and this Reverend Jetstream RB in Avocado. Can you dig it? We will see you cats soon. I guess, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Time, I'm doing something with Dylan, of course, here for Fishman. And then Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central will be the band live stream, so tune on in then. All right. We'll see you later.